Welcome, guys. Good afternoon to some of you guys. It's already afternoon, and good night to for some of you guys also. I don't know where area you guys are at. Welcome to another episode. It's episode 39, guys. Let me go ahead and lower the music a little bit because I don't want it to be over than my own voice. The Rumble bot says, thanks for the follow, Mochi7777. Appreciate it very much for the follow and showing support over here. I also followed you a couple minutes ago on Retro Hawk Gaming, guys. Right now we're showing support over there as well. I have my phone on his stream, showing support with some hours that he needs for for his content creator program. And so that's kind of what we're doing. Today we're talking about stocks, guys. We have a lot of stuff to cover. Not only finding stocks, finding crypto. I'm gonna give you guys extra tips as we go over everything. Also, we're gonna do half of the stream. It's gonna be premium, guys. So if you don't have premium, let me see if I could. Once you sign up to Rumble, you could either go to my site and hit the premium button and sign with them, with the premium, so you guys could don't have to miss the premium content and everything. Not only mine, but everybody else that you like out there that shoots premium, guys. So yeah, if you don't have it, I would highly recommend. It will be awesome. And so also, if you're not signed up with Rumble, guys, I think let me go ahead and send my referral code so you guys could sign up with Rumble. Let me see. Bear with me for a second, guys. Okay, so here's my referral code, guys. You guys can go through there, register, and sign up with Rumble and everything. I mean, whatever works for you guys. So appreciate everyone for showing up. As we continue with the stream, guys, I'm always wanna start off telling you guys that I'm gonna start dedicate. Well, I already started dedicating at least 4 hours of my time to other content creators, help them with their hours of viewership, and not only that, for as a chatter count as well, which that helps them keep them in the creator program. And also at the end of the day, we're gonna do a raid as well, to make it count on our side as well. So we're gonna do that. So what I pretty much do is I go to their content, right, and first of all, I like their stream. If they're live, I like their stream. I hit the repost and repost their stream. I also hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. Yeah, there we go. You guys hear me. I also not only repost, if they have a pickaxe, I also repost their stuff on pickaxe as well. So all my platforms, guys, is gonna be in the description, guys. So if you cannot see it, let me know. I'll do my best to share the links. But everything is on my description. And moving forward, talking about the stocks, guys, just be aware that all this is educational purposes. So everything is my on my description. You're gonna see what do you call that? I forgot what I was gonna say. Just my mind just kind of like I forgot for a minute. But you're gonna see a disclaimer, guys, on my description. Not only protecting you, but also protecting me legally. I don't want you guys to fall in the trap where you guys feel forced to trade and to make the same stuff that I'm doing. I don't want you guys to make any mistakes, so take everything with a grain of salt. And this is my honest message to you. And so let's go ahead and continue. So before we start with this complete stream, let me go ahead and show you guys my progress on who I'm supporting here. So right now we have Hernandez. We already helping for a couple hours. We did also Skyhawks. Synth 357 is G2G Gaming. But this is his normal. To find his stuff on Rumble, you just put this in 357 and you can find his stuff, or either through G2G Gaming as well. And so we already spent a little bit of hours on helping with a little hours there of viewership. Also I spent a little bit of hours on faux dub as well. So all these names that you see, go ahead, if you haven't followed them and show support, guys, go ahead and show support. Hit the follow, like and share, guys, to every single one of you guys. Really good content creators. Mochi Gaming is also a content creator as well, guys. So go ahead, show support over there too. I also see Mochi Gaming with the drink. I have my little mug here, so so appreciate it for showing by and show support. Also, not only faux dub, we did show support. We also show support to Interstellar Gaming, guys. Okay, so we got Interstellar Gaming. We hit the like. We follow all their platforms as well, showing support. So if you guys could do, pass along pretty much all I'm doing. If everybody could do almost the same thing, that would be great, because this is what the community does. We help each other, and we all grow at the same time. So that's pretty good, and so the boy Dev is another one that I spent a little hours, so that's pretty good. Pretty good to see. I think nobody else after that. And also we have Retro Hawk Gaming as well. I don't know if I marked it here. Oh, there we go. I haven't marked it. Let me not forget. So now we're spending a couple hours helping Retro Hawk Gaming, not only with chatting count, but we also helping him with some hours as well. So go ahead and show support to every single one of them that I've mentioned. And in the coming days or weeks, I'm gonna go through all of these that are in black right now. I'm gonna show support to every single one of them, and if I haven't followed their other platforms, I will eventually over time. And so yeah, don't forget to go ahead and show support to every single one of them. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. So let me go ahead and save this and drop it. Go drop this and lock it. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with stocks, right? The stocks that I talk is low price stocks, very cheap, however very risky. And if you don't know what you're doing, guys, you could lose a lot of money very fast, and so there's great opportunities to learn the stocks, especially the stocks that I normally watch. There's two ways you could get in the market. You could get in the technical side, or you could do the fundamental side. If you do both, that will be a great asset. However, it's a lot of information, especially it's a lot you have to deal with, especially if you're trading these small stocks, because they move very fast and you have to make a quick decision very fast. So if you see a mover is doing a move that you're looking for, in order to get some profit, you have to make a quick decision. First of all, you got to look at your criteria. If this stocks fits your criteria in terms of price, volume, float, news, whether you want to see if this stock has why it's going up, is it based on news? And so You got to focus on those things. Look at that. If you're doing technical analysis, you got to look at the chart, understand the candlesticks. And so those are kind of like I'm just giving you guys a little peek of what you should supposed to be doing when you're doing my type of trading, which is day trading. Okay, very short term, very risky, however, very rewarding if you know what you're doing. And so let's go ahead and hop in, guys. So I thank everyone for looking at the stream, or those in the future who are gonna watch the stream. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Okay. So let's go ahead and start off. Let's go to the third screen. And so as you can see here, guys, what I have on my left side is like, it's kind of what I say every stream, guys. I just give you almost the same information, so you guys could like record everything in your mind, so that eventually you could be self-sufficient and no longer need my help. So feel free to comment, right? Feel free to chat if you guys can. Whatever question that you guys have, hit the chat or the comments, guys. I also have an email, and you guys could go also, email me privately. We could have, I could do my best to help you, guide you, in learning stocks. Okay. So let's go ahead and start off. So what you see on the left, guys, is this website is called Finviz, right? And so Finviz is a scanning, it's more of a scanning tool, to go ahead and find stocks that you're looking for, in terms of your criteria, whatever that you feel comfortable trading, right? And so they have all different types of variety here of stocks. So you're never gonna miss anything here. So there's a good thing, there's a pro and a con, right, for this website. The pro is that you could go ahead and it's free. You don't have to pay anything, right? You could get in this website as many times as you can, scan your stocks every day. Now the downside, right, is that it's delayed. Okay, you don't have real time. The only way you could get the real time is through the subscription, right? That's the only downside. Now there's many platforms out there, many softwares that you could find way better and probably cheaper and stuff. I mean, whatever fits you. I'm using this web because it's, first of all, it's free, and it's a little bit simple to explain, because I would love to show you guys Webull, but if it's something that if it's not the platform that you like, or it seems a little bit too difficult to understand, then I'm gonna have problems giving you the information that you need easily, without having you guys getting confused or anything like that. So let's go ahead and start. So this is we're gonna use this for scanning, right? Scanning the stocks for the day, right, to prepare for tomorrow, since the market is closed already. Okay, market opens from 9:30 Eastern time to 4 o'clock. Okay, and that's also between those two times, right? It's called an intraday. Okay, also we have before the market open, you got a couple hours there that you could trade as well. That's called pre-market. Okay, you also have after the market closes at 4 Eastern time, you also have the after hours, right? It goes all the way to 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And after 8, everything shuts down. There's no stocks moving. There's nothing. I mean, you could put in orders, but they're going to be pending until the pre-market the next day. Okay. So that's pretty much simple to understand the hours. If you guys want to know extra on the hours, you guys go to NASDAQ trading hours, and I mean, you can find it there. Really easy to search on the Google. Let me see if I could share a link just in case. NASDAQ, bear with me for a second, guys. Trading hours. So this is stock market trading hours, and this is the NASDAQ website, right? And it will show you also a calendar of the days that the stock market is going to be closed, this year, right? The next one is these 2 days. You had the New Year's Day, right? Market was closed. You had Martin Luther King on the 19th, that it was closed, and now that we're in February, we have another day here on the 16th, which is President's Day. The market is gonna be closed as well. And so if you scroll down, right, you're gonna see the Nasdaq stock market, and it's gonna show you the hours, right, that is opening, that it opens, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern time to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Extended hours means that it's either pre-market and after hours. Okay. So pre-market hours is from 4 in the morning to 9:30 p.m. 9:30 a.m. I'm sorry, Eastern time, and the after hours is from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, just like I said, And so that's pretty much the hours. And so let me go ahead and get this link and post it on my Rumble. So anybody who's watching, guys, anybody who's watching from YouTube, Twitch, and stuff like that, go ahead and hop into Rumble. Try it out. If you guys never heard of Rumble, go ahead, try it out. It's like a Twitch. However, it's more open. It's free speech. You don't have a lot of problems there. Pretty much texting anything that you want, negative, positive, as long as it doesn't come with malice. Then that's pretty much it. But this web is awesome, and so it's growing. And so go ahead, show support, come by, and yeah, chat with me if you like the stream and everything. And that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and paste the link so you guys could either get it or see it or whatever. So I already pasted the link, so there you go. That's to check the trading hours. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. So let's see. Okay, got that set. I hope everybody could see everything clearly. Let me check okay, perfect, awesome. So Finviz is let me go ahead and take this off. So Finviz, yeah, just like I said, is a screener. You screen all the stocks based on your criteria to find them here. And so we're gonna do that in a couple more minutes. Let me go run down the right side of what you're seeing here on the stream, guys, which is the document. I have this document. In all my streams, I explain almost the same thing, guys. You got the criteria that I use, right? I have a certain criteria for the market open and for the market close, guys. Okay. You as you can see here, today is the 3rd of the month. So let me fix that really quick. 2:03 p.m. Pacific time. I live in the Pacific time, so I have to put the time that we in right now, so I won't get confused. And so as you can see here, I have a note, right? This is gonna be used for filtering the stocks, right? I want to focus on market cap when scanning stocks for under 300 million. Okay, that's part of my criteria. And so let's go ahead and keep going down here. You have the live pre-market, right? And you have live market open. And I already told you guys the hours. And so when I wake up early in the morning, right, and I see these hours right there that are open, the first thing I want to focus when I'm scanning the stocks, I want to focus on percentage change, right? And that's the first thing I want to see, and the only way you can see that is through going through the top percent gainers of the day, right? Which I think I wrote here on the title, top percent gainers. So when you go to the top percent gainers list, right, you're gonna see a ton of stocks that have different prices, different market caps, different volume, and so over time you're gonna have your own criteria that works for you, right? But in this case, this is my criteria. So the first thing I will be doing is I'm looking at the percentage change of the top percent gainers, and I want to focus on stocks that are over 20%. So any stocks on top of the list, that's where I'm focusing first. If the stock is at 100%, 200%, perfect, awesome. That's the first ones that I'm gonna look at, and then I'm gonna run down when I look at that only stocks. When I look at that stock that I'm looking at, I want to focus on price. I'm gonna look at the price. What's the price? Is it $1, $2? If it's between 1 and 20, $1.20 per share, then that's where I want to focus on. That's a good price for me. Everything is personal preference. I also want to focus on market cap. Market cap is the total company value, the total value of the company. Okay, what the company's worth. Okay, and so I want to focus on anything below 300 million. Okay, not more than 300 million, because it is way easy for these smaller companies to grow. Double, triple company value than other bigger companies that worth billions of dollars to triple, quadruple, or even 10 times their company value in one day. Okay, or in a few days. So it's two different animals, and so you have to do your due diligence at the end of the day. But yeah, I want to focus on market cap, right? I want to focus on price. If it's $1 up to or $20, up to $20. Next thing I want to focus is the supply and demand. I want to look at the volume. Is the volume over 1 million? And usually the volume, I focus on the over 1 million because it's way more easy for me to get in, right? I could buy the shares easily, no issues. I don't get no back order. And to get out of the trade is easy as well. I don't have any issues having issues where other buyers are not willing to buy at the price that I'm looking for to sell. And so yeah, my volume is over 1 million, right? And float as well. Float is the supply of the stock, right? And so anything under 10 million is way easier for me, in my criteria, because at the end of the day, not only in stock market, guys, in business in general, guys, supply and demand is very key for everything that you're doing in terms of business, stocks, crypto, and I mean anything. Okay, if you don't understand supply and demand, you're gonna have a hard time in the stock market. You're gonna have a hard time in business, because based on those two things, you will analyze how successful these stocks or companies are, at a specific time. Okay, and so the only way you can understand supply and demand is uh, well, there's many ways to understand it, but basic things to check for supply and demand is the volume, right? And you have the float, right? The volume is the demand of the stock, which are shares traded at a specific time of day, you know, or throughout the whole entire day. You can look at volume. Then you have the float, which is the free shares traded of a company that's supplying the shares, okay, to trade. And so you have two different types of shares that could be well, you have the two different types of shares. You have privately owned shares, which is the owners, the CEOs, the employees. Those are privately owned shares, okay? And now you have the public shares, the publicly traded shares, which is the float. And the company supplies those shares to be traded, okay? And with that, depending how big the or smaller the float is how you attract buyers and sellers into the market, well, into trading those companies, okay? But first of all, before it could have a good float, but if it doesn't have the demand for the supply, If the company is not attractive based on either news or the type of product that they have, or service, then it's not going to attract any buyers, to be interested in trading it, either sellers. Okay. And so those are the kind of the key things. I know I went a little bit, out of the subject here on in terms of criteria, but it's part of the subject. Very important to understand supply and demand. And so those are the things I want to be focused on. I want to look at the percentage change first, the market cap, the price, the volume, the float. Next thing I want to check, I want to see why the stock is moving. One thing very important to see, if the stock is moving, at a higher rate, you want to see why. The only way you could do that, look at the news. Check if there's some earnings news. Check if there's some, contract news, if there's some type of partnership between companies, mergers, you know, check all these little things, all these little terms. You're gonna develop knowledge of it eventually over time. Okay, Rest Sister fans, AI music. Thank you for coming. Thank you, appreciate it. Rest Sister fan, you hear the music, right? That I have on stream. It's all his. Okay, so don't forget to show support. Hit the like, the share, and the follow. Whenever he goes to stream and everything, try to show support. The same support you're showing me, give it to him. Tenfold. Okay. So I appreciate you coming by and showing support. If you guys don't know the links, check on my description, guys. All his information is in my description at the end of the description. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. As you can see, Rest Sister fan to say thank you, appreciate it, appreciate for the music and everything. At first I had, when I started streaming, I had a really hard time trying to get music playing. So I was, I was struggling at first. I mean, my thing would cut off, and I was like, oh my god, I guess I'm not gonna have music on my streams. But when I figure it out, then now it's more easy to understand now how to deal with it, and it's because I haven't streamed in a long time. So but I appreciate you coming by and showing support. So yeah, guys, don't forget to show support over there. Hit repost his music and everything, and yeah, go ahead, show support over there. So let's go ahead and continue. So just like I said, guys, the first thing you want to do, when you wake up, if even if you're trying to trade in the morning, when you either pre-market or market open, look at the percentage change, focus on the market cap, focus on the price, the volume, the float. Check why this stock is moving based on news. Some of the softwares have news integrated, so just by you clicking the stock name, the news will appear, in some of the softwares. Let's say you don't have those in the software that you're using to trade. You could go to Finviz, you could go to, social media like X, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you got stocks, twits. I mean, there's many different ways to get some news, and so it's up to you. I mean, you got to do your due diligence, and so along the way, you're gonna get it, and so news is another thing. Also, you want to check the chart. If you're doing technical analysis like I'm doing, guys, you want to focus on the chart, and you got to understand time frames. And so let's go ahead and show you a sneak peek of the charting to show you guys how that looks like. Oh my god, I ain't even signed up for this. So bear with me for a second. Let me block this for a second here. So I can sign in. I don't want nobody looking at my password or nothing. So let's do that really quick, guys. Bear with me for a second. Let me block this really quick. Game capture, window capture. There we go. Boom. Okay. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. Sign in. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming by and showing support. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. I only asked for like 2 likes on the stream, which is not much. I appreciate you if you guys do, and also reposting the stream as well. Hold on a second. Okay, that worked. Okay, and let's see if it worked. Okay, so this is the charting here. Let me see if you guys can see it. Boom. Now it worked. so so as you can see here, right, on this chart, let me see. There we go. So this is the charting. I don't use it personally, but it's a great charting platform to learn, right? When you're beginning your journey in the stocks. There's other softwares out there, probably way more better. Some of them you have to pay a subscription, and some of them you have to, um, they have the same, almost the same features. However, this one is a little bit better to understand. It shows all different candlesticks that you could check. Let me see if you guys can find. There we go. So I don't know if you see what I'm seeing here, a list of different types of candles, different types of line chart, different ways to look at the price action, the price flow. And so I use candles. The red and green is pretty much at a certain point, buyers at the green, right? Were in control. And also the red was in control at a certain point of time. Okay. When you see a lot of red like this, that means there was sellers in control at that specific time. A lot of buying and selling pressure. Okay. And so these, with the colors and the bodies and the wicks, which is these little tails right here, these long tails, these are wicks. All this, right? All this data is all called Japanese candlesticks. Just in case if you don't know, you guys could do your research on Japanese candlesticks. They're very used in the market, right? Traders, technical, those that dedicate on technical analysis, 100, probably 90% of the time they're gonna use these type of candles to determine price action and patterns and everything. And so very simple to, very appealing to the eyes. And I mean, you don't have to be worried about other stuff. Now there's other types of candles that works for other people, but this is what works for me. I've been using this for a lot of years. So yeah, if you understand charting, how the candlesticks work, how breakouts work, how breakdowns work, how these lines of resistance work, how the support works, which is the buying pressure. They holding the price up, and they don't want to have that price push lower at a lower rate. So all this is a support line here. And so there's many ways to explain it, but you have to understand first of all, supply and demand. Once you understand supply and demand, then you could jump into understanding candlesticks, understanding the patterns, understanding what's a resistance level, what's a support level, and then you have other things on top of that. But this is pretty much the basic, and this is the web that we use, right, for charting. And so just like I said on my criteria, guys, I want to see if stocks have some type of history of running, right? What I meant by saying history of running is that if I go back a couple years or a couple months, I could see that this stock at a certain point had ran, a couple times here and there. It had a good run here, had a good move over here. If I could see back a couple more months, there was another run here. I mean, this one didn't look down at this price all the way for like a couple, I mean, a bunch of months here, 5 6 7 months. It hasn't looked at this price, it haven't been to this price for like 6 7 months. So that's a good thing to see, you know. And if you see all the way back, you know, I mean, there's a lot more history. So that's kind of what I want to see in a stock. I want to see that it did had a history of running. And so that's why I look at the daily. You know, I don't want to see a stock that only goes down completely, and it never did these spikes like this. You know, it never did these moves. It never showed life. And so those are the kind of stocks I stay away from. Okay, but in the meantime, even though overall this stock is no good because it's at a really low price here, it didn't, you know, it didn't kept this kept these levels over here, but still it has enough life to make these kind of moves like this short term. Okay, this is just an example, and this is not a stock, this is a crypto. And so we're going to show you guys how to find the crypto on my criteria. Also, we want to focus on the relative volume, right? And so the volume, just like I said, is the demand of the stock. Okay, and relative volume is giving me the ratio calculation, right, of the current volume versus the average volume over a period of time, right? For Finvis, it will only show you 3 months, 90 days. Okay, almost a good majority of softwares that do screeners, they're gonna show you around 90 days. Okay, a relative value. Okay, so you know, I focus on anything over 5. You know, that doesn't mean that the stock it's good at 5 ratio. Normally you're gonna see 100, 200, 2000. I mean, the ratios are ridiculous. So you're gonna see all different kinds of ratios, but I would like to see anything above 5 because that's showing me that the stock has some life. You know, it's not showing me that it's a dead stock. Okay, and so that's kind of what I look for in the market, in pre-market and market open, right? This right here, this criteria, I break it down. It takes me, I mean, right now it took me like what it says here on the chat, it took me 42 minutes to get to this point to show you guys right now. But in real time, when I don't have these none of the, when I'm not streaming or nothing, and let's say I wake up in the morning, I turn on the Weeble, you know, the software, and I'm scanning early in the day. All this criteria, I break it down and I make a watch list. It only takes me like 5 minutes, guys. It doesn't take me half an hour or an hour to do. It takes me 5 minutes, guys. All I look at the stock, and already by memory, I already know what I gotta look at. Okay. This eventually you're gonna get it over time if you're trying to learn what I'm learning, what I'm teaching. And so this you're gonna get it over time. Okay, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't take a couple days to learn. I mean, some people are really good at grasping information, but you know, it's up, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your choice who you want to learn from. At least you could get, you know, you could get a dive in deep to understanding the type of stocks that I'm showing. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue, guys. So this is my criteria, right, for pre-market, market open, and I also have a criteria for the market close. Like right now, it's already 2:24 p.m. Pacific time. We already know that it's over. It's already way over 4 o'clock p.m. I think we could see it on Finbiz the time. It's 5:24 p.m. guys, Eastern time. Market is closed, and so now we don't have to focus on percentage change. Now we could focus on you know, the rest of the criteria that we have. It's basically the same thing, same criteria. The only thing that changes is that we no longer focus on the percentage change. Okay, now before I continue, guys, I forgot to share the stream links to Discord. I also have a Discord, guys, and I also use other content creators Discords to share my stream. And so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna go ahead and share promoting my stream. So let's do that really quick. We are live. Feel free to show support. Socks talk. And so let's get our link really quick so we could go ahead and continue. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Let me copy this and post. There we go. Promote over here. So it's always good. I mean, if you're a content creator, it's always good to go ahead and get some Discord, that there's some followers there, and try to take advantage of their Discords and use it wisely, respectfully, um, and promote your channels there. So we got that. We got this. So yeah, we already posted on the Discords, and now we could go ahead and continue, guys. So hopefully everything is working, the audio is working, everything. So let's go ahead and continue. We also have we also looking at Retro Hawk gaming's stream through my phone, guys. So you guys could go ahead and go over there, show support. I'm having it running. I have my timer running for like an hour. I mean, we already got like 10 more minutes, so I mean, we're showing support there at least for a couple hours there. We chatted too, because it's some on the creator program, there's some requirements that you got to go through to continue in the stream, continue in the program. And so chatting, and supporting with hours, that's kind of one of the requirements. Also rating other people as well. So there's many things behind it, but it's not hard to accomplish. And so this is kind of what we're doing right now. So excuse me, I had some I had a gas in my chest. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's see, everything working, and let's go ahead and start. Okay, so my criteria, right? So also when the market is closed, we want to use almost the same criteria, and we no longer focus on percentage change. Okay, because the percentage change is pretty much not going to do anything. It's not moving, and so I cannot determine whether the stock is going to continue to go up or down. And so that's not going to help me at all. And so I want to focus only on the rest of the criteria. Okay, also here we got crypto. This is the criteria that I use to filter the crypto, and not only the crypto that everybody might know is crypto, very low price, very cheap to acquire. They almost the same as risky as the stocks, the normal stocks that I watch. Okay, and so you have to do your due diligence and understand how everything works in order to trade these. Okay, crypto is a little bit more difficult in terms of well, it's not difficult, but it's like I mean, it takes a little bit more steps to acquire some coin. You gotta switch your dollars for the coins, of what the crypto that you're trying to trade is requiring. Okay, and so yeah, there's some extra steps. There's some other softwares out there that you could use to trade easily that has a charting system as well. Trading view, this trading software also you could trade crypto here as well. So this platform has a lot of options, but there's plenty out there that you could use to trade. So whatever works for you, whatever fits you, your what you like. If it's comfortable for you to trade, then go ahead and take advantage. Right here, this is the web that we're gonna use to scan the crypto, guys. We're gonna talk about this a little later, but first we're gonna go ahead and jump into scanning, checking what we have next. Also here, let's say, since we also talk about news, right? We talk that in some of the softwares, guys, you have news uh that are, is part of the, it's in it comes together with the software, where if you click the stock that you're watching, right, it shows the news on the side. There's some other platforms that don't do that, and so for some reason, if they do or don't, and let's say you don't find any news of the stock that you're looking at, you also want to check in social media. The most the one that I recommend the most, it's the X platform or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And so these are kind of the the formula that you have to use in order to find that type of news, whatever news that you're trying to see. Okay. You put the dollar sign, the ticker symbol right next to it, and then you press enter, and you're supposed to get the information, right? Either the news that the company is posting on X, or if they haven't posted news on X, you most likely will see other people talking about the stock. If for some reason nobody's talking about it, then it's kind of rare. uh it might be some insider trading or something, so I'm not sure. But I've never seen a stock moving for no reason. There's always a reason why the stock is moving. Okay. And to find the reason, you have to see uh there's got to be some type of news out there either hyping the stock, or a company have posted something on social media that might have attracted buyers and sellers. So that's kind of your homework to do, when you're trying to build your go through your criteria. And so Retro Hulk Gaming says, Bodhi, to say hi and taking a small break from my stream to repost. Thank you, appreciate it very much for the support. Yeah, I'm still I still have my phone playing on your stream, so hopefully that works for your hours and everything. So I appreciate you coming by and showing support. Thank you. So yeah, anybody who doesn't know about Retro Hawk Gaming, he's also a content creator, guys. Go ahead and show support. Those who are watching now live, or those who are gonna watch in the future, yeah, don't forget to go ahead and show support over there. Hit the like, the share, and the follow if you haven't followed him yet. Okay, so go ahead and show support. And so let's go ahead and continue. So to find the stocks, right now we don't have nothing listed because yesterday, we couldn't see anything that was interesting enough for a continuation. And when I say continuation, I'm saying either the stock show me an opportunity that it has a possible chance to run on the next day. That's the type of continuation I'm talking about. Okay. And so let's go ahead and see if we can find more stocks that may have opportunity to continue to run, and at the same time we will analyze what they did today. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully you guys can see and you guys can hear clearly. So let's go to Finviz. And so Finviz right here, this is the platform. And so the first thing you want to do is you want to go to screener. Okay, right when you hit the screener, right, you can see here a couple stocks, right? However, it's not the type of stocks that we're looking for. Okay, we have there's 545 pages of stock. There's about over 19,000 stocks, guys. We're not gonna do that today. And it's not recommended to do because we will be all day looking at these stocks. Okay, so yeah, be aware, be aware what you're doing. And so we want to go ahead and use our criteria, right, to filter out what we're trying to find and make our lives a little bit more easy. So what we're gonna do is hit the all button right here, this tab, right? And we can see here a lot of options here. There's plenty of options. You have exchanges, market caps, and I mean, there's so many ways you could look into the stocks. Now we're gonna use my criteria, the same thing I mentioned here, um, especially for the market close. We know, just like I said, we no longer focus on the percentage change. So we want to look at the price. And let's go ahead and check on the first column right here. You can see the price right here at the bottom. And the good thing about this site is that it has exactly what I'm looking for, which is we want to focus on $1 to $20, right? And as you can see there on the stream, you know, that's pretty much what is minimizing there, you know, kind of focusing on, right? $1 to $20. The next thing we want to focus on is market cap. Okay, it's in our criteria. Nothing has to be, I mean, you don't have to what do you call that, filter everything out in the same order that I'm using. Everything could be whatever works for you at the end of the day. Okay, so market cap is the next thing, right? As you can see here, when hovering your mouse to the word, it'll give you a definition of what market cap is, right? Which is market capitalization, right? And so it tells you that the total market value of the company's outstanding shares, you know, pretty much that, you know, it's what the company's value, you know, it's the value of the company. Okay. Very simple to understand. If you want to know more about market caps and different types of companies on different types of market caps, you could go to YouTube. There's plenty of people explaining them, breaking everything down in sections. You know, in terms of, you know, mega cap, large caps, mid caps, small caps, micro caps. I mean, there's all different types of caps here. Capitalization companies. So me, I focus on micro, right? Anything under 300 million is my sweet spot. And so if you go hover your mouse to the third column, guys, you're gonna see here relative value. And I kind of already explained what relative volume is. It's pretty much the ratio of current volume compared to 3 months average. And it's not only an average, it's the average volume. Okay, that's kind of what they forgot to add here, to not set a confusion, set nothing, to not confuse anybody. Okay, and so just like I said, I like anything over 5. That's my personal preference. Next thing we want to focus on this is industry. I want to see only stocks on the industry. I guess on the criteria we can add that too, to not confuse you guys. I want to do exactly what I'm saying here. So stocks, industry, stocks only. Okay, and so that's kind of what you'd want to look for. And also on the bottom of this same column, right, you can see the performance. And I only want to focus on stocks that are up in the day. Okay, you go to performance, and I'm gonna write that to performance, so you guys won't get confused. Performance stay up. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Performance, there we go. And so that's kind of the criteria, and you can add these to the morning as well. It applies to the morning as well over here, to these other criterias. There we go. And so this is for the market close. And so let's so just like I said, performance today up, right? And also we want to focus on the current volume. The current value is pretty much the demand of the stock, right? And we have here number of shares traded today, right? Anything, that's what it means, you know, the number of shares traded today. And we want to focus on anything over 1 million, guys. And so there you have it. You have this criteria, and the last criteria is the supply, guys. Just like I said, you want to focus on supply and demand. And so the supply is the float. Anything over under 10 million is perfect. It's my niche. And so now, instead of watching 545 stocks, pages of stocks, you have one page, and now you have 10 different stocks here. Okay. Now, the great thing about this web is that you could customize what you want to see here, right? Me, in this case, I care less what the company name is, what sector it comes from, what's the industry that it comes from, the country, you know, all this, out of all this information, I only want to focus on this, on this, the ticker symbols. I want to focus on the price, right? The volume, the relative volume, which we're gonna add in a few, and the float. Those are the main things I want to focus on. Okay, all this information is just in my way. Okay, so let's go ahead and press custom, and we're gonna go ahead and take off all these little small things that are in the way. Okay, the number, the company, sector, industry, country, market cap, P ratio, and the percentage change. Okay, and now we're gonna focus, we're gonna go ahead and add the relative volume, and we're gonna add the shares float. Okay, and so now when you go down, now you have this more clean. It's more clean to see. There's not too much blabber jabber there. You won't get confused on too much information there. And now what we would do is focus on the volume, sort out from high to low. And now we have a little bit of option here. I like to focus anything double digits. So it makes it more easy for me to, like, not to focus on these little ones right here. Some of them do run eventually, and some of them, there is just too little of a volume just to monitor. Okay. And so the first one, GXAI, I mean, I've traded this, I don't know how many times I trade this stock. It keeps appearing all the time. Every year it keeps showing up. And so just like I said, I focus on technical analysis. I don't care what the company name is. I don't care what financial it has. If it's if it's okay financially, healthy, I I don't focus on fundamental analysis. Now it's very important. It's to learn fundamental analysis. Very important, because that you can add it. You can add it to your technical analysis. It will be something like a booster, but what I would recommend is not to focus too much time. Okay, because these stocks right here, they move very fast, and if you don't pay attention, and if you're paying, if you wake up early in the morning, right, and you see some stocks moving, and you see that some of these stocks fit your criteria, and let's say you go ahead and want to check the financials, almost 9 times out of 10, guys, you're gonna have problems where when you finish checking the financials and everything, when you go back to the stock and you're gonna start trading it and try to formulate a plan to get in and get out, already the move already happened, and you missed your opportunity. Okay, that's why you have to be like a hawk. You have to look, you have to know what you're looking at, and you gotta, formulate a plan as fast as possible if you see something that's interesting to trade. And then after that, you want to go ahead and make the trade, as quick as possible. It doesn't take you 10, 15, 30 minutes to complete a trade. These stocks move very fast, and it will only take you like 5-10 minutes to finish. And sometimes it takes you 30 minutes, sometimes it takes you an hour, because the type of move that you're looking for, maybe it just barely started, and so you need to give it a little bit of leeway. But that happens in the market. And so yeah, it's good to focus on that, so this is kind of what we're using. We already sorted out the stocks, and we already sorted out through volume, high to lowest. And now we have this stock right here, GXAI, and so that's what we're gonna look at the chart. Okay, so GXAI, and we want to focus on stocks, and we can see it here. It's called Gaxos AI, right? And so look at this guy right here. It had a move a couple days ago. I think this was on Monday last week. It had that move, and I mean, we already had some lines here set up. Now, as you can see, I mean, it tried to make another big move after it bounced off these support levels, and it failed to break out. Now it's holding, it's still holding. It didn't give back all of its gains. It gave back half of it, so that's a good thing. And so let me go ahead and do some before we start, guys. I see that we have like 10 followers. Just bear with me for a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little ad read. Is to help keep Rumble on, because based on ads is what keeps the company running. So let's go ahead and show support to Rumble, guys. And so let me go ahead and do a quick ad read. Let's see if this works or not. I've never done one, so let's go ahead and continue with that. Let's see. Ad read. Alrighty. Let's see. Having a little bit of time trouble here. Bear with me for a second, guys. Studio. Okay, I guess we're not meeting yet the what the viewer count is required. I think it's 10, and we're at 9, so it's okay, no problem. We'll do it on the next time we find an opportunity. But let's go ahead and continue, guys. I don't want to waste too much of your time, so let's go ahead and do that really quick. Um, right here. Now, the Rumble bot says, "Thanks for the follow, Thomas Chen's Books 04. Appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. Uh, thank you very much." I think Thomas Cheng's Books as well is a content creator. I'm gonna check really quick. I'm gonna check really quick. Thomas. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Let me put you guys on a little break. My wife gotta pass by. Alrighty, guys. We're back. Sorry for the little technical difficulties and stuff. Let's go ahead and continue. We were gonna do a little quick ad read, but it's okay. We're not year. Oh my god, I just mixed my words. We're not there yet with the requirements that Rumble is asking. But yeah, guys, in order to to run, for Rumble to keep running, guys, ad has to happen. And this is part of the game. I know for some of you guys that pay premium don't want to see the ads, but this is kind of what business is. I mean, some businesses run based on ads, and Rumble is one of them. So without them running ads, they're not able to continue with the business, and then the business can fall, and so that's one of the things. It's kind of the same thing as what Elon Musk was saying in one of his interviews. If he boycott, the ad, the people who supply the ads on his company, then there's no one would uh, advertise their business. If he would take off his advertisement, and guess what he said? He said, if there's no advertisements in my company, then the company should fall, because most of the money that he makes is based on ads. So this is part of the business. And so I apologize ahead of time if you guys feel uncomfortable about the ads, but this is to help Rumble. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with the stocks, and let's get it. So don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. I think it's we were looking for Thomas Chang's bucks really quick to confirm. Bear with me for a second, guys. No, I can't see him nowhere here on the, unless I click his web, maybe. No, he has 74 followers. However, he doesn't have he doesn't do streaming here. Maybe he does through another channel, but on his main channel, I don't see anything here. But still, you could go ahead and show support. Right now he has 74 followers, so go ahead, show support to him. And yeah, I appreciate Thomas for coming over here and showing support. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. Got a little bit to cover, so let's go ahead and do that. So we don't have nothing marked in stocks right now, and so let's go ahead and go to Finviz. And as you can see here, GXAI was one of them that we were looking at. And so right here, as you can see, there's a confirmation pullback on this little run here. And that was a good mark right there. I mean, we didn't mark it right now, it was already marked, so that shows that there was some type of resistance here, resistance levels. I mean, this is 1 point of resistance. It touched it not only once, it touched it twice here, 3 times, and almost 4 times. And if you can see in smaller time frames, it probably touched a bunch of times on this level. So this is a legitimate resistance line. And so as you can see on that chart right here, I mean, it touched several times. 1, 2, it did it one more time over here, 3, 4 more times. Probably on the 5th or the 6th time, that's when it just broke off. This line became weak afterwards, and that was a pretty nice breakout right there. You could have caught it, you could have got in right here. This is the confirmation breakout, and you could have got in on the next candle right here. 10%. This thing went up 10%, guys. There's companies out there, guys, and I've repeat myself all the time on stream, but there's companies out there that and they have a hard time making 10% at the end of the year for the entire year, guys. I don't think I don't think most of you guys understand how good these stocks are, and how many opportunities there is in this type of niche. Okay, let's say you guys missed that opportunity of a breakout. Let's say you woke up very late and you're like, oh shoot, I just missed the whole entire move. What's next, guys? you could catch it on the bounce off this support level, right? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Right here, you could see an example of that. Now this one, I wouldn't get on this one because none of these candles shadow this big one. So that means all these candles are weak against this big candle here. We want to see something much stronger, okay? In this case, these two candles are a little bit more stronger than this one. And so where you will get in, it will be here on this candle. Now, if you're a little bit tolerant, you could have hold and you would have got in here. You would have got out taking 3 to 5% max. That's not bad. However, if you're like me, where I'm impatient, I would have got out once it hit nearly 5% of a loss. I would have took a little loss there if it was me. But for some of you guys, if you guys would have hold a little bit based on what the level 2 is telling you and what the level 3 is telling you, then you would have got a little profit there. Okay. So you could have caught it at the bounce, and there you got two good opportunities. Also, another way you could have got it is off this bounce right here. Let's say you woke up early in the morning, you're looking at the stocks and you see this big move, and you didn't see no opportunities here. The lines right here, based on the previous move, it show you support, and so the support level of that move, it showed it right here. Price couldn't go below it. There was too many buyers here holding the price up, and so you could have got in right there at the bounce. There's many opportunities here. You could have got in here, covering all these candles here, or you could have got in after this big candle shadow this previous one here, and you could have got in here for 10%, another 10%. So you got like 3 to 4 opportunities there to make a profit. Okay, this move alone, this entire move alone, guys, is 86%, guys. That whole move alone is 86%. Nowadays, the bigger companies, guys, they have problems making 83% for the whole year, guys. It will take them years to make 83%, and this stock is doing it in one day. Okay, I know, honestly, you're not gonna do the whole entire move. Some people are lucky to do that, to catch it at the right spot. But for some of you guys, if you're doing what I'm doing, and you're being more careful with your money management, then you might take a little chunk of profit here. Okay, which if you do consistently, trust me, you're not gonna have problems later. Now this thing is hovering around the VWAP, right? And so the VWAP is an indicator, right? And this indicator is called the volume weighted average price, right? And it determines, based on the volume and the price, right, the strength of which the stock is going, either on the upside or the downside. Okay, so it's good to learn a little bit about the indicators, but you shouldn't make decisions based on them. Okay, me, I like to use it as a guide to see how interested people are in the stock. And so if the stock is above the VWAP, that means there's a lot of people looking at this. They're trading it and they're interested in buying it. So that's how I want to see it. And yeah, that's kind of how I look at the price action. Okay, now once this thing broke, and since I had resistance lines on the top, some people could have got it at the breakout and take their profits either halfway or near these resistance lines, because the truth of it is that it was gonna, once it broke these levels, it was definitely gonna test these high days here, these resistance levels. Now we were not gonna know if it was gonna break out those levels. Uh, but you know, it was enough for you to take advantage and trade them. Okay, so that was a good move. Um, right now it seems like it's getting above the VWAP right now. It's not 8 o'clock yet, so the market is still moving. It's 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, so the stock is still moving, and so we might see another move here to test the high day. So we're gonna have this on the watch list, and I'm gonna show you guys how to write. I mean, at the end of the day, you could write however you want. This is kind of how I do it, how I do my watch list. So GXAI, we'll check the price. Had good price. Um, Viper King. Viper King coming in with the W. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing support and coming by, passing by, and showing support. Viper King also does content as well, if I'm not mistaken. He does also content, really good content. He has 478 followers and 7 subscribers, guys. Don't forget to go ahead and go over there, show support. Hit the like, the share, and follow, guys, if you haven't followed him yet. Okay. If you guys can go to his recent stream, reposted, and so that will get more eyes watching his content. And so I appreciate you, Viper. Thank you, Viper, saying coming through with the love, Brody. Oh no, you're good. Everything is love and support. This is what the community is supposed to be doing, helping each other out. And so yeah, go ahead and show support to Viper. And so also at the end of the stream, guys, we're gonna go ahead and do a raid as well. Hopefully, if Viper is on, we'll raid him or any other content creator that we could see. So we're not done yet, so we still got a little bit of stocks, and we also have some crypto. So we're at the beginning of the stocks, and let's go ahead and continue with the Viper King. Say thank you, Boricua. You're a legend, bro. Appreciate it. Hey, this is what we do, bro. So yeah, anytime, man. Whenever you need some hours, view hours, let me know. I'll leave one of my tabs open and have you playing, have your stream playing, so I can help you with some hours and stuff. Viper King say, yeah, I'll be on later. Gotta go pick up some food for my snacks. For your snakes. Oh shit, you have snakes. Okay, cool, nice. Yeah, man, no worries, no worries. You're welcome anytime, man, to come over here. Thank you for showing support. Thank you. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Where we at right now? So the chart. So this thing looked like it's about to test a high day again. So it's, it still has opportunity. Now it does have a previous resistance line here. That's the one we gotta watch out. Okay. OG Dark Spider. Appreciate it for showing by and coming over here and showing support. Viper King say, yeah, I have a ball python and a red tail boa. Ooh. How big are they? If you don't mind me asking. I've seen a lot of big ones, man. I'm not terrified of them, but man, when they start measuring you and stuff, and they're bigger than you, then you gotta be careful. OG Dark Spider, of course. Oh, thank you so much. OG Dark Spider. Let me see. I always forget. I have so many people that I look at and that I support, and it's so hard for me to like track. But OG Dark Spider also has he has, I think, 2 channels. One is private, one is a gaming one, if I'm not mistaken. But go ahead and show support on both of his channels, guys. Really good content creator. Go ahead, hit the like, the share, and the follow over there, guys. Go ahead, show support. I think we're already a little bit. Well, no, I'm gonna leave it a little bit. If we get over like 15 viewers on the Rumble, then I'll go ahead and do like an ad read just to show support to Rumble. You know, we need Rumble to be running, guys, and so most of their profits, guys, comes from ads, and so we need to show support to Rumble as well. So it's not only for me, it's not only to help me, because I only get a little bit. I can only get a little bit of what do you call that, commission, but it's mostly for Rumble, guys, and their whatever companies that they're promoting. Okay. Um, OG Dark Spider says no, just the one I do gaming and reactions on the one. But thank you very much. Oh, no problem, bro. This is what we do. Viper King say my ball python is 6 feet and 4 inches. Wow, that thing is big. My red tail boa is 5 feet and 3 inches. My is fully grown, but my red tail boa is going to be longer than 9 feet long. Wow. Are you gonna keep it the whole entire way, or are you gonna or are you gonna give it away? I hopefully you don't, because that's your, yeah, I mean, you've been taking care of it, for a long time. So yeah, man, when it came to snakes, I mean, I love to watch them and touch them here and there. A friend of mine used to have one long time ago. That thing bit me one time too. But it didn't had venom, so it was a pretty, pretty good snake. Yeah, man, there was one time in the island of Puerto Rico where I grew up. um I remember, I was going up the hill, because the house that I lived was on top of a mountain, and the hill, to you have, if you're walking on the neighborhood, then to come back home, you had a hard time trying to get back to the house. And so you had to go uphill on foot. And I mean, sometimes in the car, but I mean, I ain't drive back in the day. I was little. So one time I was going up the hill and I see this long, long, long thing right in the middle of the road. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And as I got closer and closer and closer, I'm like, oh shit, that's a snake. I was like, oh my God, I started panicking. I was like, how am I gonna get home? It's like 11 o'clock at night, almost midnight. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. So I started panicking. I was like, oh my God. And we had to call what do you call that? Oh my God, the people who come in to that are dedicated to catching the snakes and everything. I forgot the name of those. um I was gonna say vets, but they're not vets. They dedicate, protecting the live exotic animals out there and everything. So, but oh, I Viper King says, yeah, I'm a keep them all the way. They will live longer than I will be, but I'm gonna keep them, bro. Oh, no problem. That's good, bro. These are your animals. It's crazy. Sometimes a lot of owners, they feel overwhelmed by the size and everything, and they just give them back, or they give them to to another family member or something. I mean, whatever, a friend. But it's sad. I love animals. I used to have a little farm back in the day in Puerto Rico, so I had all kinds of animals. Not snakes though. Not snakes. I've been Viper King say I've been having them since they were babies. Wow, wow, incredible. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, man. Yeah, hopefully they live a long time, and yeah. Um, yeah, thank you for sharing a little bit of what you have, and the snakes and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty decent farm. Like, I mean, we had chicken. I mean, we had like these Chinese chicken. I think we had like 30 or 40 of them. And this is a quick. I mean, I know I'm sidetracking from the stocks. I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna get back to the stocks, but I wanted to let you guys know. OG Dark Spider say I don't mind snakes. They're okay. I mean, where else what we do would do with kittens. I think I understand that part. I mean, where else what we will do with kittens. Oh yeah, I know, right? I'm just kidding. That's evil. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. I used to have a farm. One time, this is a quick story. One time we had like 40 chickens, right? And I mean, they used to get all around the house. They used to accumulate. And one day, I think we went somewhere, and I was in the house, and I hear all like the chickens. They sound like they were screaming for their life. Well, they were screaming for their life. And man, when I go behind the house, man, I see only feathers. Only feathers. Oh my god, I almost hit the screen here. I see only feathers around the almost all of it. And I'm like, where the hell are the chickens? And all I see at the end of the view, the horizon, guys, I see a big ass freaking eagle, like a big ass eagle. And I'm like, oh my god, this freaking eagle just eat all of them. Shit, bro. And my when my mom came, she was crying. She was crying. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. And man, eagles over there in Puerto Rico, man, they don't care. It's everything is survival over there. So, I mean, we lost like 80% of the chicken over there where we had. I also had ducks. I mean, I had like messenger pigeons. I mean, my dad still has some. We had lovebirds. I had a turtle, an iguana. I mean, I could tell you so many animals that I had, but we had a pretty decent amount of animals. But yeah, man, that was one. It was heartbreaking to see all those because I used to take care of them. I used to feed them by myself. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Um, OG Dark Spider says, "What else? What we would we do?" Oh yeah, I know. I know for sure. But I appreciate you guys coming by, showing support. Thank you, thank you. So stream guys, don't go ahead, show support over there. Hit the follow, hit the like. Help them with stream hours, guys, if you guys can. That will help. That will help them a lot. A lot. Keep them on the program. And so let's go ahead and continue with the stocks. We have a little bit to go. Hopefully, you guys can see it clearly. Um, let me see. You guys can see it clearly. Let me see. Let me fix this really quick. Document. Let me open that and expand a little bit. Hold on a second, guys. I mean, there you go. Okay, let me close this and zoom a little bit. Hopefully, I can help you guys with that a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that works and you guys can see it clearly. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see it clearly now. So as you can see, guys, eventually I'm gonna fix this a little bit. You know what? Let me expand this a little bit more because I see a little bit of oh, I could zoom in right there. Oh, okay, perfect, awesome, much better. Okay, there we go. So we're writing a GXAI. It had a great move. I mean, you could have got it at the bounce, at the breakout. I mean, there's like 3, 4 opportunities there. And right now it seems like it's running again. It's trying to get above the VWAP. However, it has to deal with that resistance level, guys. This is the resistance level. Remember, once a price breaks out these levels, they turn into become, in this case, at this point, this is the resistance level. The price couldn't get above it, right? Because there was sellers here with a lot of pending orders pushing the price down. Now, as we got here, it got tested again, and those orders, those orders got executed at a higher price, and it broke these levels. And so now this resistance level became support level, okay? And that's why you see a couple bounces here. This price try to come down, try to get below this price, but the buyers were pushing the price above. You know, they keep holding that price at that level, and it didn't only got tested at this point. It got tested over here as well 2 times. You know, I mean, many times here. And this right here, you know, it pushed the price up again. You know, sellers were not willing to sellers were not willing to sell their price at way below these levels, and so buyers pushed the price up. You know, and so over here, as you can see over here as well, they got tested a little bit, and finally, the sell orders got executed very efficiently, and so that's why you see the drop here. And so, you know, you had this little bounces, you know, and so when the price dropped, guys, this support level turned into a resistance level. So now this is a resistance level now. And now it has a history of being strong, not only as a resistance level, but it also has a history of being strong as a support level. So it's a key, this, you could call it a key resistance level at the moment, because the price is below the resistance. So it needs to get tested. It tried to get tested here, and it's failing right now. So we're not sure if it's gonna hold these prices or if it's gonna break out. And the only way you can know is if there's more demand than the supply in these at this time right now, which is an after hour. And usually after hours, there's not a lot of activity. Okay, so this is the only downside of after hours. Okay, so very hard to see, but it's still hovering the VWAP, so that's why we wrote it down. And so the way we go and write the watch list is that, you know, we check the price, which is pretty good. Right now it's at $2.09. Pretty good price. Next thing is checking the volume. Right now it has 187 million in volume in shares that has been traded for the entire day. That's really good to see. So good volume, right? Another thing is the float, you know, which is the supply. Does it has a low supply? If it's under 10 million, that's a low float. And right now is at 6 million, so it's a low float. So that's what we're gonna write, low float. And now we want to check the news. Why this stock is moving right now? Why is it moving? Is it hype? Is it some type of specific news that made buyers get invested in the stock? So that's what we're gonna check. And so 10 hours ago, there was a news, right? It says Amazon AWS funds Gaxus AI sales platform development. So you guys don't understand, like right now, you guys might not understand what I just said, guys. However, Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world, guys. Amazon. And this company that I'm talking about, it's only worth $14 million, guys. This news right here is very, very significant. Very significant. I wouldn't be shocked, if this price, if this stock continues to run based on this news. This might attract a lot of buyers, a lot of investors, to invest in the company privately or trade it. So it will be good to monitor this one and see if it still has legs to run. Now, sometimes stocks like these, it's just a one-man show. It runs one day and it just stops running. And it doesn't matter the good news. It just, that's the way the stock runs. What you want to focus is and want to capitalize is the supply and demand at the specific time. If the volume is showing up and there's some type of news that may hype the stock, then you will see demand. And if the float, which is the supply, very low, then that could give opportunity for the stock price to go up higher. Okay, especially with this type of news. Okay. It also had another news. AWS has committed to fund preliminary development of Gaxos labs. Okay, so that's very significant, very, very significant. And so that's why you see this type of move happening. Okay, and so this is why it's so important to see why this stock has moved, which is the news. And if you could see the X platforms or, any other social media platforms, people might be talking about this one. Okay. And so I'm not going to show you the X platform because, first of all, I mean, Rumble, it's open to, for you to, exercise free speech and everything. But me, I have a little bit more decency in terms of not showing a lot of crazy stuff. And the X platform have a lot of stuff there. Kids might be watching, and so yeah, I don't want to go ahead and scroll down a couple information and then something pops up where it's showing some crazy stuff. So I'm trying to avoid that, and I want to keep everything in my channel clean. So let's go ahead and continue. And so we're gonna right here, it does have some news. Amazon investing in this company. And so we got good news, and now we could jump into checking the daily chart, right? It did have some history of running. Look at these spikes right here. These spikes shows that it does have some history of running, of running. It doesn't have to run a couple days. It could make these type of spikes, and that should be enough for me to determine that it has some history of running. Now this had a couple splits. That's why you see this prices here like this. That doesn't mean that these stocks went at this at $2 and if end up over here at 19. That doesn't mean that, because once you hit the split, once they do a split, these prices change. Okay. There's plenty of people that would explain what is a stock split. And so usually companies do stock splits to remain above the dollar level, because the SEC has a lot of regulations, the Nasdaq has a lot of regulations, and once they see a company that goes below $1, that's already a penny stock. And so their regulations ask for companies to be above $1, and so they send notifications to companies that are below the $1. And if they don't accomplish moving their company to over $1, either through a split, then they get delisted out of the Nasdaq, and that's not good news. If that happens, then the company is pretty much downhill. And so right now it has some good news, and so that's supposed to attract more buyers, and so that's supposed to push a little bit more the price of the stock and the market value, the company value. Okay, so I know I talk a lot about this one, and we still got a lot more to go, but I just have to give that information because if you guys are learning stocks, then I'd rather you guys learn the right things instead of learning pieces of things, and it makes it hard for you guys to really get the understanding of how these stocks work. Okay. Let's do it right. That's kind of what I wanted to say. So GXAI is one of them that we're watching, has history of running, and plan is for it to remain above VWAP, and test high of day eventually at what price? At 269 is the high day. 264, I'm sorry. 264. Okay, so that's pretty much how I rate my watch list. It's not much. I keep it simple. Okay, sometimes I write a big paragraph, and it's because I'm monitoring for multiple days. Okay, and so I put the date at which I wrote whatever I had to write, and the time. I track everything, guys. So that's pretty much it for this one. And so let's go ahead and check the other one. And so as you can see, LIMN, it seemed like it had a good move. However, it did most of the move below the $1 level. And I don't know the news. It says here speculation on NASDAQ price compliance resolution fueled 27%, 27.82% on pre-market surge. We'll look into this one a little bit more. But let's check LIMN. So LIMN had an awesome move. All not pre-market, but it had really awesome move near the afternoon. At the afternoon, so pretty good move, and it's still running. So it did run after hours, guys. However, it didn't show on the scanners because normally the scanners, how it works, it takes the data of the intraday. Now there's other scanners, guys, that also take the data of the extended hours, and so you have to pay attention of that. So this right here, the way I would play this, right? Let's say this thing is running, right, and it's about to break out, right, and it shows up on my scanner in the morning. I would mark the high day of after hours, which was I think it was well, today is Tuesday, so Monday, right? This was Monday, and so I would wait for the breakout, right? If there was breakout opportunity here, which was pretty tough because this is a really clear confirmation breakout. However, I would have gotten this candle and I would have took a little loss here. Same thing with this one right here. This would have been very tough for me to trade. However, I mean, there was opportunities here on the bounce off this support level. Okay, so you could have played it two ways. You could have got it at the breakout, and if you were patient enough to hold it, then you could have got in here a nice profit of 20, 5, either to all the way to 23%. So this is pretty good move. It's not bad. I would have not been successful based on my different way of trading, but everybody looks at could trade it in their own way. It's nothing bad to by creating your own strategy, guys. You don't have to do exactly what other people's are doing. The great thing about learning is that you can nick and learning and building your own criteria. What works for you is picking nitpicking from other different streamers, either through reading a book, either through subscribing through other content creators. I mean, there's many ways to learn the market. I took the longer route, guys. I subscribed to many content influencers on stocks. I read books, had to see thousands of hours worth of stock lessons and everything. Look, when I got into trading, I mean, there was many hours of me looking at stocks, seeing their flow, of the price, understanding level 2, understanding the tape, there was many things that took me to to the long route to learning, all this. You don't have to do the same thing I did, but if you could pick, key things from me and key things from other streamers that are from other influencers that trade what I'm trading, then I mean, it should speed up the learning curve, and so that's kind of the key of giving these lessons, is not to complicate your life, is to make it more easy. And so yeah, you could have got it at the breakout, and if you were patient enough, I mean, you could have got 23% on this move. and let's say you missed this whole entire move. I mean, you could have waited for the bounce off this resistance level, which became support. And right here, I mean, off these bounces right here, I mean, it went all the way to 17%, you know, at the bounce. Or here, you could have got in right here, 14%, you know. So these are good percentages, good opportunities. It didn't only test 3 times here, it tested again at the bounce as it failed to break out these levels. This right here, these 3 candles, it gives me a confirmation pullback. So I would have put a line right here on this top level, and that will give me enough to wait for a breakout, you know. Now I don't trade after hours. Some of you might have traded after hours, but you know, here's another opportunity here. Look, it went all the way to 19% on this move, and this is a breakout. Okay, so there's many ways to trade. This is not the one what do you call that, one end to be all or something like that. I forgot the words, but this is not the only way, guys. There's many opportunities, many different ways to trade. And so this right here is another confirmation pullback, and I put the high day right here at this point. So you could I mean, on pre-market tomorrow morning, if the price continues to consolidate and it bounces off this levels, most likely it's going to test this high day. So that's kind of what we're trying to see here. So we're going to add LIMN. Okay, and so LIMN is another one, and the price is at 130 right now, so it's a good price, cheaper, good price. Volume right now is at 85 million. Throughout the whole entire trading day, it had 85 million. Awesome. Good volume. The next thing, just like I wrote up here, we're gonna check the float. The float is at 5 million, very low float. So we're gonna put low float here. And the next thing we want to see is the reason why this thing moved, right? And sometimes you may not find it here on this platform. So you go ahead and move to other platforms like Finviz, and you check why this thing is moving. So October 30 on this web was the last time, quote unquote, that it posted a news. It said here it's signed with MOU with a Capital Trust Group for 30 million. You know, so that was a contract news. This was a contract news. Now we're not sure if it had a recent news to I mean, on stocks twits, you got this guy promoting this stock, you know, hyping the stock. So I could check really quick on Weibo and see if there's another news behind it really quick, so bear with me. So we don't have no more recent news. That was pretty much it. And then I mean, the most recent was on the 26th of last month. It said here, if Liminatis Pharma faces Nasdaq bid price compliance challenge. So they're not trying to get the delisted, and so they're trying to bump the price up. So that's kind of what they're trying to do. It had another news that same day. It had a news. It said faces Nasdaq delisting risk over sub $1 price share price. So yeah, it's, you know, it's at the $1 level, $1.30 level, and you know, it's at risk of getting delisted. So it needs to either bump the price up through attracting more buyers, either through some news of partnerships, you know, earnings, or any other kind of news that may attract some buyers. Okay, so so it didn't had well, had recent news not positive news, and so it's not positive news, but it did have some recent news, which was last month. um, at the end of the near the end of the month. So it's a recent news, and so that price is getting pushed up. Let's go ahead and check the daily. Um, I mean, the chart looks terrible. It does has some moves here and there. You know, a couple days that it ran here, so it does have some history here. Not much. That's pretty much the moment that it had there. And right now is it's a second green day actually. Second green day, and it's a multi week breakout. Okay, it's a multi-week breakout. Not much history, but it does has history of running. Okay, and plan, after we check the daily, we try to make a plan, and the plan would be for it. Let me go back to the chart on the 5 minute. We're waiting for a bounce off support level. That's kind of the plan right there. Would be to wait for a cool at bounce off support at 122. Okay, and test high of day at 155 for a breakout. Okay, so that's kind of how I would write it. That's another one. It's nearly the same, almost the same. The only thing that changes is the how I formulate the plan and the news, information. But the rest is I write almost the same thing. It keeps me sharp, learning a little bit more about these. And so let's check the next one. We got FATN, and FATN closed red today. FATN, fat pipe. And so, I mean, it was running after hours. I mean, we was not able to scan at this one. I mean, for my type of strategy, it would have had, I mean, we would have never seen it happen. So that's kind of the downside of it. Had another pullback here a lot earlier. Very, very hard to trade this one, guys. Very hard. Yeah, this not even bouncing here. It had this breakout level here. I mean, you had to be very fast after this confirmation breakout. You had to be very fast to get this move, and it only did 5%. So most likely you would have made 3 to 4% only. Very hard to trade. This thing went down, and it just kept this head below the water. I don't see no life on this, and it just kept going down. It's very extended towards compared to the VWAP, so I'm no longer gonna focus on this one. I'm not gonna write it on the list. It did move because it had yesterday. It had a third quarter earnings revenue. It had 4 million revenue, so that's pretty good news. But I mean, it's not attracting too many buyers to keep the price above water. So yeah, this one is not gonna stay on the list. CYN is the next one here, and I guess we got 2 more to go. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna look at these right here. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on those. But these last 2 is the last ones I got. CYN. And so CYN, I mean, it had a little move here, but I mean, not for my type of trade here. See, I mean, I would have took a little loss there if I would have gone in this on this stock. Hold on a second, let me write another resistance level. So that's the resistance. And so yeah, man, this thing, I mean, it's hovering near the VWAP. It's a little bit extended, but it's still near the VWAP. It might have another move here. If it gets above the VWAP, it might test the high day again. But I wouldn't trust it too much. I mean, it gave back half of its gains. It's just hovering around those areas there. So tomorrow we might see something, and as I could see, had a recent move here. This was very recent. So I mean, this right here today is it's the back end of the move, guys. This is the front end of the move, and this is the back end of the move. This thing is, I don't think this have more life. And CYN, it had a 10 hours ago. It says CYN stock is surging pre-market. What's the Nvidia connection? It says CYN stocks pops on Nvidia partnership. So it does have a partnership with Nvidia. That's a big deal, guys. However, the price reaction to it, I mean, it had somewhat of a reaction, but I guess it didn't attract too many buyers to this to trade this one. Okay, so we don't see a lot of volume attracting this one. It did have 53 million, which is pretty good, you know, more than the average and more than the supply. However, the price action, it didn't show what we wanted to see. You know, I would have loved for this price to close above the VWAP and close near these highs to show me some type of continuation, you know, on the upside. Right now, it's consolidating halfway, near half of the gains, but you know, if it get, you know, if on pre-market it gets or market open it gets above the VWAP, then I might be somewhat interested. But right now I'm not interested, you know. So not good. It did had a partnership news, which is good to know, good to see. CDT is the last one, guys. It has 16 million volume. CDT. And so CDT is another one, guys. Not much activity in the market open. It only had a lot of activity, somewhat a good activity pre-market, but not as much as what we wanted. So this is the resistance up here, and that's pretty much it, guys. This thing didn't, yeah, it didn't show any life afterwards, and we don't see no recent move. I mean, this was the one, but you know, it took them nearly a whole month, well, more than a month, to do this move here. News, there's no Conduit Holdings notice of results. So yeah, I mean, not much recent news here. Notice of results. So yeah, not much, nothing interesting that would want me to monitor it. So I'm not gonna continue looking at it, and so that's gonna be taken out. Well, it's not gonna be in the list. And so as you can see, you only have two here, GXAI, right, for continuation, and you have LIMN. Okay, really good moves that they had, really good opportunities, and so we're looking for a continuation on both of them. Okay. And so this is pretty much in everything in a nutshell, guys. How to find the stocks, how to create a watch list, and what to write in the watch list, and you know, how to formulate a plan, and how to understand a little bit about, you know, volume, flow, you know, supply and demand, you know, resistance lines, support lines. I mean, there's a lot, guys. There's a lot to learn, but you know, hopefully it was not too much overwhelming for you guys, and hopefully you guys could enjoy the stocks. Now we're gonna turn into the crypto, guys. Let's go ahead and turn into the crypto and deal with these. I think we wrote some of them for today. Rome is the first one. I said here I wouldn't want it for it to pull back and test support and bounce. And oh, I said I would want it to pull back, test support and bounce and test higher day for a new breakout. Will it happen? And so that's what we're gonna check right now. Rome, and it's a crypto, and this is the one right here. So as you can see today, it did had a pretty good, decent move. When did we talk about this one? The time. That's why I like to write the times. Something happened here where I couldn't write the times. This was what we were looking at right here. This breakout, and what I was looking for was a bounce off this move. I think that's what I was looking for. So it did had a bounce. I mean, you could have took advantage of this bounce right here, right on this candle for a 5 all the way. It went all the way up to 9%. So that was a good move right there. Let's say you missed this move. As soon as it pulled back again, it bounced again one more time. So you could have got another move here all the way to 9% again. So 18% between those two moves. You know, really good moves, really good opportunities. After that, it just gave away most of its gains for today. And right now it's at half of its gains overall. You know, these 2 days right here were a 95%, 95-ish%. So pretty good move, not bad. And so let's go ahead and continue. So thank you guys for the 11 viewers watching. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. We still got the crypto to watch. I don't know if I still qualify for to do the ad read really quick. If you guys don't mind, we could do that really quick. If Rumble allows me. I was trying to do it later, but Rumble didn't allow me. Yeah, it says campaign is currently unavailable. So I guess it I can't do it. You know, it says 10 minimum viewership. So right now I have 12, and somehow it's not allowing me to do it. So so I guess it's not allowing me to do it. So it is okay. I mean, I'll figure it out eventually. I'll figure it out. I think it's Rumble Wallet is the one that it lets me. Let's see. Rumble Wallet. Okay, let's check that one really quick and see if I could pull that up. I could pull this up really quick. Bear with me for a second, guys. Let me put the ad read really quick. Yep, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Hopefully, DYOR Media, thank you for coming and showing support. He says, hit the circle refresh button on the top of the campaigns. Okay, cool. I think this is how it is supposed to look like. Okay. Accept. Campaign in progress. Hopefully that you guys can see it on the screen. Okay. So let's go ahead and start. Okay. So on the campaign, it says, all right. Instruction 2. Okay. They can freeze your account, shut off your cards, lock you out on your own money overnight. Banks don't protect you, they control you. That's why real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, you don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You can own Tether Gold, real gold, on the blockchain. Through Tether Gold, you get direct ownership of physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold. This isn't an IOU. This is real gold without bank vaults, storage fees, or gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when traditional gold markets are closed. And if you want, Tether Gold can be redeemed for physical gold. That's power. And when you support creators on Rumble, you can tip them directly using Rumble Wallet, peer to peer, and outside the bank system. No permissions, no middlemen, no cancel button. This is this wallet is yours forever. So hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. And let's go ahead and continue with the stocks. So just like I said, ads is very, very important for you for Rumble to continue, guys. We have to support Rumble. Without Rumble, none of this information that I share with you could happen. Okay, this is how companies are, guys. This is how businesses work. Some businesses work through ads. If they don't, if ads don't work, the company cannot function without the that type of money. And so let's go ahead and show support to Rumble. And so thank you guys for showing support and staying there for the ad read. And so let's go ahead and continue with the stocks. Rywin with the '07. Appreciate it. Thank you for showing support. My G. Yay. So yeah, man. This I think this is my third day here on the content program, the creator program. So let's keep this running. Let's show support to anybody else who has the program as well, who's in the program. Let's help them either through chatting. You could, leave your, if you can see the whole stream, at least leave your phone on or your tab for like an hour. Just like me, I already been like 2 or 3 hours supporting Retro Hawk Gaming. Very good content creator. Go ahead, show support over there, guys, and help them with his hours as well. I don't only do that for him, I do that for most creators out there that, show the same support to me and that follow me as well. So I'm dedicating 4 hours of my time to show support on different content creators every day. So yeah, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow to those content creators that I've mentioned, not only right now, but also a couple hours ago, where I was mentioning other streamers as well. DYOR Media, thank you for showing me where to refresh the button for the campaigns and everything. Let me see if I don't know if I followed you, so I'm gonna go ahead and check right now and see if I can show you support. DOYR Media, he has a lot of content, guys, so go ahead, show support on his channel, guys. He has 14 followers. Let's help him get to 100, guys, and show support. Hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Okay, let's help him get to over 100. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. This DOR Media tip, Rumble Wallet. Appreciate it for the tip. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so we have right now 14. Thank you for the follow as well. So go ahead, show support with him. Rywin, thank you so much. Another good content creator, guys. Go ahead, show support to Rywin as well, guys. Really good content creators. And so let's go ahead and continue. We don't have a lot more to finish on the crypto, guys. Let's see, we could continue. And so this is the charting, right? These type of cryptos, guys, they're very risky. So you have to be careful how you're watching these and how you're learning from them. This is very short term. This is no long term. This is no buy and hold for months and weeks. These things move very fast, and but if you know how to trade them, you understand supply and demand, then it shouldn't be difficult to understand the flow of the price action. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So Rome did had a bounce off the support level, so you had two good opportunities there to get a little bit of profit there. After that, it just gave back half of its gains comparing these 2 days, and right now it's about to hit this other support level, so which was a previous resistance level the day before. So it got tested twice, so it is a legit support level. Now we don't know if it's gonna bounce those levels, but for me, for my type of strategy, guys, I don't like to trade anything below the VWAP line, which is this is an indicator. I mean, I think I already explained it today, but yeah, if it gets above the VWAP, right, then I will be interested to see if I formulate a plan to either test for this price to either test for the high day resistance levels for a breakout, or maybe for a bounce afterwards after it gets tested. If it does get tested, if it doesn't get tested and it goes high halfway, then I will look for a plan for a bounce off the support level. But in this case, just like I said, once this resistance levels and support levels get broken, they become the opposite. In this case, since this one got broken here, this support level got broken, it became resistance. Okay, the same with let's say this price goes above this line and it breaks out convincingly, then this resistance line becomes support. So that's kind of how you see it. You see, as you can see here, look, this is a great example. See, it got broken here. This is a breakout. It broke out convincingly, and then once it couldn't go anymore because there was sellers there pushing the price down with a lot of pressure there, then it went down completely. And guess what happened? It bounced off this resistance level that became support. And so that's why you see this bounce here. Okay, there was buyers here pushing the price up. There was no sellers trying to sell the price at this cheaper price. So buyers took advantage of that discount, and they took advantage. And you can see the profit there. So pretty good move. But right now I don't see nothing that I'm interested in looking at right now on this one. So this one is gonna get off the list. This one is gonna get off the list. And so let's check token. I'd say here it did close strong. Seems like it can have a test of high day, and so we're gonna look at that right now. Token. Token here, crypto. And so today it failed to break out. It did got tested a few times. This time it got tested off the high day. High day is pretty much the highest price point where the stock went, and it went above any other price point at the whole entire day. And so that's what the high day is. That's what it's called. Okay, so that's the high day right there. It got tested one time, and this is the second time that it got tested. Probably in smaller time frames, it probably got tested a lot more times, but I use the 5-minute. It's more clear. I can see the candles more clear, and so that's one way to look at it. But it failed to break out. So out of these two tests, yeah, it just failed, and now it's bouncing off this resistance level right here. And once it bounced off that resistance level, it just caved down. Right now it gave back half of yesterday's gains, and I don't see life in it. This could be considered a support level right here. And so these are the levels that is bouncing off, you know. And so yeah, I'm no longer interested in this one. It's not, I mean, I would have loved for it to be like at least up here, you know. If it closed strong today and it's near the high day for a breakout, then that's kind of what I would be looking for some type of continuation. Now I, you know, this thing could bounce again and push off to the upside tomorrow, you know. But we have to see. We'll have to see. Rumblebot says thanks for the follow. Dom 888, appreciate it. Thank you for the love and support. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let me see if I could show support to Dom 888. This is kind of what we do in our channel. We show support to everyone who gets in here, content creator or if you're not doing content, it's okay. Dom 888, that's what we're gonna go ahead and look for. So Dom 888 has some content here. So he has 101 followers. So right now he's where he could apply for the creator program. I'm not sure if he's in the creator program, but go ahead, show support to Dom 888, guys. Has pretty good, interesting content here. So I like it. I like it. Real Sixer Music. Thank you for the W's. So all this, remember guys, all this music that you hear right now, right, on this stream, it comes from Red Sixer Fan AI Music, guys. Go ahead, show support over there. If you want more music, I mean, he got really good music there. And so with his permission, you could go ahead and use his music. But you have to ask, okay? You can't just get it and just leave, okay? So go ahead, show support, hit the like, the share, and the follow over there, okay? So let's go ahead and continue. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. So token was the last one. I mean, today it didn't have a recent news. Well, it did had a little bit here of a recent news. It had a December listing here. A weekly recap on the 28th. But nothing too significant for me to be interested. Okay, I would love some type of partnership. I would love if it has some type of earnings or something, you know, where it, you know, some type of contract or product launch where, you know, it just is, it could be either life changing or, you know, it could, you know, it could help the consumers, you know, of that product, better quality of life or whatever it is, you know, that will benefit the consumer. And so crypto is a little bit more different than stocks, so you have to, you know, you have to be you have to do your due diligence, to do your research, you know, check what the company is about, you know, who are the owners of the company. It's a little bit more fundamental analysis to do, but crypto is way different than the stocks that I do trade. So you have to do your due diligence. Sometimes the owners of these crypto companies, they have their information on the X platform, guys. So a minute, DYOR media says, I think you need to bend your mic a little closer to your mouth. Okay, if you can't hear me clearly, let me know. Maybe the, oh, I have this on. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. Let me see if I could up this a little bit, microphone, and low a little bit the volume of the music. Hopefully you guys can hear me. There we go. And so just like I said, thank you DYOR media, appreciate it for letting me know about that. So just like I said, guys, just tiny, now better, closer to you, to your mouth, deeper your voice. Okay, cool. Thank you. And so just like I said, crypto is way different, so you have to do your due diligence, guys, to figure out who the owners, I mean, if this company is legit, check if the owner of the company, it's actually the owner of the company. They have also sometimes in these websites, sometimes they have the website information. Check the website information. Check if the website it's legit. And so those are very important things to know. Let's see, DYOR have another message there. The Lord Almighty is coming soon. Repent, ask Christ into your heart. Oh, the Dom 888 is messaging. So he says, the Lord God Almighty is coming soon. Repent, ask Christ into your heart. Be born again. Depression, emptiness of the soul, fear of the death, gone. True love, hope, peace, joy, and eternal life. The King James version, John 3:3-7. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it for the message. You know, this channel is for everybody. Thank God of freedom of speech. This is kind of what I love. I'm also a believer as well. So thank you for the message. And yeah, let's go ahead and continue, guys. Don't forget to show support to Dom888. Benji Skrilla. Appreciate it. Appreciate it for showing by. Benji Skrilla is another content creator, guys. Well structured, very smart guy. He has two channels, guys. Go ahead, show support over there as well. Let me see if I can find a quick link of his let me see if I can find a link really quick for Benji Skrilla. So he has two. One has 145 followers, and the other one has 97 followers. Go ahead, show support to both. He's almost about to hit 100 on the 90s on the one that's 97 followers, guys. He's about to hit the 100 again. So go ahead, show support on both channels. Show some love over there. Benji Skrilla say, "Oh, gee, bro, just stopping by to say hi and see what's good." Thank you, brother. Thank you for showing support. Really good content. Probably eventually in the future, we'll probably do like a little collab, and do like a podcast or something together, and talk a little bit about stocks over there and a little bit about everything. So, hopefully that could happen in the future. Now, yeah, go ahead and show support over there to Benji Skrilla, guys. Benji Skrilla say, appreciate you, bro. No problem, bro. This is what we do. This is what the channel is about, helping everybody understand not only stocks and everything, but the support of each other here in this new platform of Rumble. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not sure if I kind of forgot to I kind of forgot to turn on my my premium, but it's okay. This is all for every single one of you guys. Hopefully tomorrow I could turn on the premium. I don't got a lot more to finish the premium hours. But once I finish the premium hours, we could continue doing this without the premium, but eventually we will do every month at least free three like 5 premium hours of a premium, so not today, but tomorrow we'll do that eventually. So I thank every single one of you guys to coming over here and showing support. So let me go ahead and pin this message here for Benji Skrilla. Go ahead and show support over there. Rumble has been here since 2013. Yes, it does have some time here. I'm new to the platform, so I only been here for 2 months. So for me it's a little bit new, but that's good that it's been on for a while. But it compared to like YouTube and stuff like that, it's a little bit low level still. It needs to get up there. So we're trying to support Rumble get up there. And so let's everybody show support to Rumble, and share it on social media and everything. not only my channel but other people's channels that you guys know. So thank you for letting me know. DYOR Media. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And so let's go ahead and continue. We don't have a lot more left. Crypto unicorns. Striking from DYOR Media sent me. Wow, incredible. Thank you, DYOR. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for the follow. Uh, so yeah, crypto, welcome to the channel. This is what we do. We do low price stocks, right? And we do crypto, low price crypto. And so a lot of you guys don't know much of the low price crypto. You guys usually know about the Bitcoin, which are the big ones, the fathers of the crypto. Uh, Ethereum and all the known ones that you guys normally hear about. Now, me, I don't focus on those anymore. I used to focus on them a lot years ago when I could afford it. Now they're at a bigger price. There's still opportunities right now while it's on a downtrend. Let me see if I could show you guys a preview of Bitcoin right now to show you guys where Bitcoin is at right now. And so as you can see, we can see more clearly on the daily. I had mark here uptrending support level, right? And so I had said that it has good opportunities here of a discount if it eventually bounces off the uptrending support. It didn't bounce off of it, so the next level will be this one right here. So it's about to hit these levels here, and it did test it one time here, one day, and it failed to break these levels. So I guess we could see some bouncing happen soon, very soon, because it has a lot of support here. I mean, it hit it a couple times on this time on 2020 21, and it also hit over here on 2024 uh a bunch of times here. So I mean, it's legit support. And so right now it's struggling to get below it. So we might see something special here. It's at a discount, guys. So this thing is never gonna die. So it's really healthy overall. I mean, super healthy. It has plenty of opportunity here. Right now it's at a discount. So anybody buying anywhere, I can't tell you guys where to buy because that's already financial advice. And um, you know, since I have YouTube and everything, I mean, it's all that is illegal to say. That's why I have a disclaimer on my description. Um, but there's a lot of opportunities. On when you're trading big price stocks like this, you have to it's very good to buy at the discount. That's kind of what Warren Buffett say between the lines. I don't know how to say exactly what he said, but it's kind of similar to what he said. Very very good, very smart to trade on a discount. Buying stocks on a discount. You know, because if you're only focused on when the price is up at a high level, this right here attracts the eye way better. I mean, these moves like this attracts way the eye more to buy, to continue buy, because you see the up trend here. But when it's going down like that, it's when people are panicking, you know and some people doesn't like to see this type of let me see if you guys can see here on this left side. You see, when prices like that, people are panicking, selling, either through an event that's happening out there, through war or whatever. Stocks move that way. The economy it goes that way. Sometimes in pandemic, when the pandemic happened, I think it was somewhere I mean somewhere around here, 2020. I mean, you had this drop right here for the pandemic, but then guess what happened? After the pandemic, it just took off, you know. And so every time you see an event where something happening all around the world, uh, the health of the stock and the economy, it shoots down. But that's when the little stocks, the ones that nobody knows, that's when it's a great opportunity to take advantage short term on other stocks. It's kind of like what happened with the GameStop. GameStop was about to go out of business, and the best choice for big investors was to short it. You know, but guess what happened? People, the promoting of the stock through Reddit, through other social media platforms, did not let that happen. That's why the people it's in power of the stocks at the end of the day. Not the big companies. Yeah, the big companies eventually they're gonna get their profit, but also the people move the market. Especially the retail buyers. So um, this one is a pretty good discount, and so this thing could bounce and make another big move. So but you can never predict uh how low it could go. This thing could break down, but based on my little my years of knowledge, this is pretty strong support, so we might see some type of bounce happen, as we could see right now. It did test it one time there, and so today it seems like it's going green right now because there's some buyers buying at a discount right now. So yeah, it has opportunity. And so this is how I would love to give you guys a little bit more information about the overall trend of the market, the economy, how the economy works, but that would take me another stream. But hopefully that you guys can understand a little bit on how the market works. And usually when the overall trend of the market it's on a downside, like over here, there's a lot of opportunities for the little small stocks, and well, cryptos in this case. Little small cryptos have opportunities to make good moves. And so let's go ahead and jump to the small crypto on the this right here. We have another one here. I don't know which did we saw token? I think we saw token already. Kind of forgot. So let's check the 5 minute. And as you can see, I mean, this was the move that we saw, right? And so we were waiting for a breakout opportunity right here, since it was closing very strong, but it failed. This resistance level was a little bit too stronger, uh, too higher of a price for the buyers to buy at that point. So the sellers took over. They took control and they pushed the price down at a cheaper price. And right here, buyers are taking advantage because of a discount that they have here. They see the price at a discount, but overall, it's going down. Um, I wouldn't put my mind into it. As well as the volume is a little bit too low, 3 million volume, which is the demand of the stock. Uh, the total value of the company is pretty low. That's pretty good. However, the circulating supply, which is the supply, the volume is the demand of the stock, right? Which is a lot of shares being traded. Now crypto don't trade like the stocks. They trade to you buy shares. You buy normally coins, on the crypto. And so you have to trade your money. You have to flip your money, swap your money pretty much to the coins that they're the certain stocks, certain cryptos that you're looking for require for you to own coins from the crypto. Okay, and so it takes a little bit more steps to own crypto, but the more you keep doing it, the better it gets. And so once you swap your real money to the coin that you're trying to get through either Bitcoin or through other type Ethereum, Then you could use that Bitcoin to either acquire more of other type of cryptos that you could see, tokens or whatever they call it, so the supply is too high. It's 1 billion right now compared to the volume. You would like to see less supply than the demand in order for the price to keep jumping up. Okay. So, but in this case, we don't see, it's not attracting. And so we're gonna go ahead and check more of the crypto that we have here. So we're gonna take this one off the list, token. Let's take token off the list. And so one coin can change your life. I guess that's one coin can change. I'm not sure if that's oh yeah, it is right here. Perfect. And so this one right here, we said is running at this moment, looks like in continuation. However, it failed on this continuation. This was a high here. Let's mark this high really quick. I was running very quick yesterday. It was because I was tired, so I couldn't think straight on adding the lines of support and resistance. But today we're a little bit more. We have more time to do that. So this was a support level. I mean, as once it broke out, it tested the support level, and it was pretty good. So you could have took advantage here on this bounce at this level right here. I mean, it went up 23%, guys, in 20 minutes. 23%. I mean, there's, just like I said with the stocks, guys, there's a lot of big cryptos out there that it takes them a whole year to make 23%. And you got these little cryptos right here that in 20-30 minutes or even 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it does these type of moves. Now you gotta learn this. You gotta understand what candlesticks are, the supply and demand, the volume and the supply. You gotta understand these in order to trade them, you know especially the charting. And so that was an opportunity right there. And it's also a high day. It's the highest price at which it went for the entire day. So we're gonna mark here a resistance level, and this is today. If I'm not mistaken, this was today. And so we were looking for a breakout because it did close strong today. We were looking for a breakout and it failed. So there was no opportunity here afterwards. It just consolidated off the highs and it just dropped. And right now it's just dropping again. So yeah, no opportunities on this one. And it had previous price action here at a higher price. Right now it looks like this is the back end of the move. So no good right now. So let's go ahead and take this one off the list. And this one I like this one, chess. It looked pretty good. We said here we will be looking for a pullback bounce off support levels and test high day at between 5:45 p.m. Chess. Let's check chess. So chess right here, I mean, it had an awesome move. I guess we were looking at it somewhere around here. So I mean, you could have caught it here at the breakout of these levels. It went as high as 8%, around 8% on this move, and as high as 27%, guys. So I mean, we had our lines right there. So that was awesome move. And let's say guys, you missed that opportunity. Let's say you missed that whole entire opportunity and you woke up somewhere around this time. No problem, guys. You could have got it at the bounce off these support levels. Once it show you a confirmation uptrend, then you could have got right here on this next candle for a 17% move. So that was a pretty good move right there on the breakout or the bounce. After that, it tried to test one more time to the highs and it just failed and bounced off the previous support levels here. But now it seems like it's coming up again and try to test this, but there's a lot of resistance here. You see, all this is the resistance. Not only the lines that I'm marking, all this area is resistant. There was a lot of buying and selling pressure here. Especially this drop here was a lot of selling pressure. Okay. So this might have a struggle here to try to maintain this uptrending move here. It might continue to bounce off these support levels here. I won't keep it a watch. Right now it gave gave back half of its gains before. Not sure what it's gonna do. If it does show up on the chart, then if it does show up on the screener again, then I might be interested. This has volume right now, 27 million volume. That's pretty damn good. The supply is a little bit too high though. It's 205 million. So, yeah, I won't pay attention to it right now. Not that interesting right now. Let me see if it did had it says tranches to be delisted from Binance on the February 13th. So that's bad news, guys. When a crypto or stock get delisted from a platform exchange, that's bad news. That's not good news, okay? So that's not good. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna pay attention to this one. So let's go ahead and go and continue, guys. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. And also, another thing, stocks when they close, right? I mean, they're open from Monday to Friday unless there's holidays. Now, they don't work on the weekends. Now, the good thing about crypto, it's 24 hours, guys. There's no time where it closes, okay? I have looked at some times where there's some holidays and they still run. I'm not sure if they run on Christmas or something like that, but they run 24 hours, guys. That's the good thing about crypto. So there's always an opportunity, okay? Especially for these low price crypto, okay? You just got to learn how to find them. And so that's what we're going to do today. Right after we finish the last crypto that we're gonna check, which is I think we already did. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and scan for new crypto right now. So I'm so excited to show you guys how to find it. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and take this one out because I don't see opportunity right now on chess. And let's update the date, today's date, which is the 3rd, and it's already 4:27 p.m. Pacific time, which is I'm at the West Coast. But for crypto, it doesn't matter because it works 24/7. So let's go ahead and hop into Coin Market Cap. Now, guys, on my Discord, guys, I have said this a million times. There's so much information for crypto, for stocks. There's so many links. I have it at the, what do you call that? It's on my channel, right? For Discord. You don't have to join, right? I'm not saying to join, but you could go in there and grab what you need, right? In the resources section, right? There's plenty of links out there for crypto, for stocks. I mean, for NFTs. I mean, there's so many things there. So feel free to go there and grab what you need. If you like also reading books and you want to know books to read based on either technical analysis or fundamental analysis, guys, I have a bunch of lists here of quality books, guys, that are I mean, these are legit traders, guys, that have been for several decades, guys, trading in the markets, guys. Very successful people. I have a list of many books out there that you could grab, their names and buy them either on Amazon or whatever, whatever you feel comfortable buying your books at. So You could hop into to Discord and show support there as well. It's up to you guys, but there's a lot of information there on the. It's called the Resource Center, the resources section, where I have the links, and I also have the book list right below the where it says resources. Okay, so that right there. So let's go ahead and continue. So out of many crypto websites, I'm using CoinMarketCap just to show you basic way to find the crypto. There's many ways you could do it. You could either check the top percent gainers of the day, right, which is pretty recommended, or you could put in a filter criteria that you have on the you could filter them out, through a certain criteria that you're looking for. Me, I like to keep the crypto very low value, so market cap will be the first thing that I'm going to focus on. Anything 1 million to 10 million market cap. Very, very low market cap. Okay. Another thing is the demand. The demand, I want it to be over a million. It's way easy to get in and get out. No issue. Okay. All the way to 100 million traded. Another thing is the percentage change. Since crypto works 24/7, percentage change is very important to know. I would like to see an active crypto, right? And anything over 20%, or well, in this case, it's 10%, is active to me, So I would write 10% and no more than 500%. Okay, those are the ones I want to watch. And then after that, you press apply. Very simple. And now you have one page, right? You have one page, and now you have 5 crypto to watch. Today we don't have a lot compared to some of the other days that we had looked. And now we could sort out 24-hour percentage, right? Percentage change, and now we can see the ones that are running right now a lot. In this case, we have chess again. It showed up again, right? However, it's not doing what I'm trying to find here. On the line. This is a line chart, guys. It's not showing the candles. As soon as you see the candles, it's showing you a lot bigger picture of what you're trying to find here. As you can see here, it is going on an uptrend right now. Now it's got to deal with this resistance level here. Not sure if it's gonna break out those levels. As you can see here, you see it looks like it's going on an uptrend now, but it has to deal with all this resistance. If it does reach up to this level and breaks out, then I will be interested in either waiting for a bounce off the support level and for an entry, and taking profit near the highs of whatever move that it's gonna do there. But not sure yet. At this point, I'm not that interested. It does have some good volume right now, so everybody's watching this one. A lot of eyeballs watching this. Bula, we have checked Bula before. We're gonna go ahead and check that one. Let's see if it did have some. Oh yeah, it's terrible. This drop not good to see. Let's see if we could find it here on this one. Bula had a pretty good move. Not bad these last 2 days. Now, I don't like to see this drop here. You got a bunch of resistance up here on these levels. I had mark. Yeah, not good to see. Now, it did have a breakout there on this level. That was a breakout. Not a good execution here on this confirmation breakout. I would have took a little loss there. However, it had a good bounce off these support levels. Once it broke out, I mean it had a pretty decent bounce. Not bad. Not like what we want to see, but it had a pretty good move there. Now on this breakout, not good. I think over here would have been a greater move here. I mean, on this uptrend. I mean, it had a lot of space here. 39% move. So I would have failed if it was me trading this. I would have failed on this move right here, and somehow this move as well. I would have failed. Not sure if I would have traded this third move, but some people would have got took advantage of this one. But I would have got spooked right after seeing this thing. I would have got spooked. So this one is a little bit too risky. Too risky, and the volume is pretty good. It's 44 million. And the circulating supply is a little bit too high compared to the volume. But that was a pretty good opportunity there for a breakout. My strategy is a little bit different. I like to see the confirmation breakout, but it is okay. Some people are successful just at the first breakout. But me, I'm very careful with that. Red Snum says try to buy the Bitcoin dip, but damn, account wasn't set up right. Hoping it does another dip tomorrow. Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin, man, BTC, it looks really good discount. I mean, it has a good discount. Let me see if I got it right. I mean, right now it's at a good discount. That seems like a great spot to buy, but I cannot give you guys advice on where to buy. So this is pretty much up to you guys, but this is a great spot right there. If I would be trading Bitcoin right now, I would be taking those areas there of support. This is a really strong support. It has been tested plenty of times on the resistance, and this price failed many times. So this is a legit support level here. Okay, we might see something like that happen. Let me mark another line here, uptrending support level. Right there. And you can mark another support level off this this move here. This is more broader. But this price, I mean, it could do whatever it wants to do at the end of the day. It's up to what the people are looking at. Are they still panicking? Right now it's a good discount, but these are the support levels there. This is more broader. I don't think the price could, come down here and bounce off these levels. There's no support right here on these levels here. I mean, this seems like a support level, but this is more stronger, way more stronger than these. These are not significant compared to these right here. Okay, so that's a little tip there. But yeah, Retsnum, hopefully you get some luck and take advantage of Bitcoin at a really discounted price. Like, look at this space on how much profit you could be making, guys. 74%. 74% of clear opportunity there. That's the kind of money you could be making very short term. Probably it says here 308 days, so that's about almost a year, if I'm not mistaken. So from 2026 to 2027, we might see some move to either meet the high day again or break out. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this there and I'm gonna lock it and see how it goes eventually as we monitor BTC. I'm just gonna put here monitor BTC for a year, and we only gonna see this one once in a while, not every day, but We will monitor this one. BTC. Okay. But we're not focused on these big ones. We're focused on the smaller ones. But that's a great opportunity on a lot for the long term, guys. BTC is not dying for sure. I could for sure tell you, it's not gonna run out of business. Uh, Bula is the one that we're checking. Yeah, we already checked that one. Bula. I don't see a lot of opportunity right now with Bula. Spec has been showing up on and on and on and on. Let's check Spec really quick. Spec. And so Spec on the 5 minute was one that failed on the uptrending support and just caved in, and right now is testing these resistance levels again. So not sure if it's gonna break out. It's been tested twice already. 1, 2 times. This is a double top. And so when there's double tops, usually you see another downside here. You know. Now there's sometimes you see a triple top. That's what's called a head and shoulders pattern. Not good to see. Normally that's pretty much the end of the back end of the move. This is a back end of the move compared to this. This is the front end of the move. You know, Anybody who knows patterns, there's one famous one that you could check. It's called the ABCD pattern. And normally the A pattern is like the beginning of the wave. It's kind of this pattern right here. Then you got the B pattern that is coming down and hitting and try to testing the support levels. And then you got the C pattern, which is a large move. It could take one day to do, or it could take several days. Like this one, it took like 3 days. This is a number three, and then it just dropped. This is 4, and this is a number 5, and it seems like it's about to drop again. Yeah, this one is not interested right now, unless it breaks out all this resistance level and tests this high day. Is the only time I'm gonna get interested in this one. But it's already the back end of the move. Let me see if I can mark a resistance line here. So anybody coming new and doesn't know what I'm doing here, this is technical analysis, guys. I focus on the charts and I make decisions based on price action. Not only on price action, I have a lot of criteria behind it before I make a decision. I check the volume, I check the float, which is the supply. I check the news, why this thing is moving this way, what caused this move to move this way. I want to check that. I want to check the trend lines. I want to see if it does have some history, and it does have some history of running. You can see here, it had a great history of running. So that qualifies for me to look more into it. And then when I check on the short term, short time frame, then I want to make a plan for entry and an exit. And I also want to have a risk point where if the price is going against me, I could cut the loss very quick, and I don't have to take a big loss on a short term move. Okay. And that's how you keep yourself in the game. Okay. You don't want to go ahead and get on top of this, get on this move, right? And you saw all this happening, and you just got in here thinking that this thing will happen again on after the pullback, right? And then you see this happen, and you're like, oh, no worries, no worries, it's gonna come back, it's gonna go around, it's gonna go around. Oh, wait a minute, we see another move here. Oh, it's gonna. I told you guys it's gonna go up, and guess what? No, 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 it's going down. Oh shoot. Oh, man. Is it gonna go up? Oh, and then you get another hope. You feel another hope here on this move, and then you're like, oh my god, like there's opportunity. It's gonna. I guess it's gonna do all this, and guess what? Another drop here, and that's when you start losing hope here. You're like, oh my god, should I just take the loss? That was me back in the day when I started trading. I didn't know anything about trading, and I just hop into the market, thinking that I knew a little bit here and there, and then I got myself. I got. I will make these dumb moves where I buy and just hold uh on these drops like this and just lose half of my account. Yeah. You don't want to make that mistake. You know, those were painful years of learning, going through hard emotional things. And so, this was an opportunity, very short term, but I wouldn't trust this for long term. None of this for long term. This is very short term. It had a good continuation for these couple of days, but eventually it had to drop. It had to pull back, and it pulled back very, very, very hard. It gave back almost all of its gains. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. If we have another one interesting here, no, and it's already below 19%. So yeah, this one I'm not attracted to, and this is already at 15%. So yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. Chess, um, I might have this one just to monitor it, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would look at this a little bit. I will be interested in it unless it hits the high day. You know, this thing seems like it's coming down again. This was the front end of the move, and this is the back end of the move. Just like I said, you got these little waves here, then you have a drop, and then you have a number 3 here, and then it just drops again. It didn't drop massive over here. It did drop massive, but I don't know. It's gonna be very tough to break all this resistance level here. Nah, I'm not gonna have it on the list. I rather stick to my instance. So yeah, crypto right here for continuation. Right now we don't have nothing right now. Overall trend of the market for the crypto is down for today. As you can see, Bitcoin is the overall trend of cryptocurrency. And so as you can see here, on the daily, I mean it's dropping. So there's a lot of a lot of crypto out there that follow the big man. And this is the big man right here, Bitcoin. Okay. And so yeah, we don't have a lot of activity right now. Only these it has somewhat of activity, like a spec right here, but not sure. Not sure what kind of turning right now. Overall, it's not doing good either. But it's the back end of the move. So yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and take a risk on this one. Unless it gets above these levels here of resistance and test the high day, that's the only time I'm gonna be interested in spec. But it did had a run, and that was key, very key. So let's go ahead and finish our day. Thank you guys for showing support, coming by. I appreciate you guys. Just like I said, we only have 2 to watch on crypto, guys. On stocks, I'm sorry. We have 2 here lined up for tomorrow for stocks. It's already Tuesday, so tomorrow we'll be back on this, analyzing stocks, finding new stocks out there, and hopefully you guys learn a little bit more tomorrow. So I appreciate everyone who chat, who show support, who followed as well. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's see if we could go ahead and rate somebody else and show support elsewhere. Let's see who we could find today. Who we could support today. Let's go ahead and show support. Uh, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys to. Let me see if this if he's still doing live, because I don't want to, send you guys where that he's about to finish the live content. Yeah, he's not doing live right now. Let me see if I can send you guys to Airconda Gaming, guys. Airconda, pretty good streamer, really good guy. Hopefully you guys enjoy it over there. So let me grab his link. Don't forget to hit the like over there, share, and follow, guys. He said, okay, there we go. So let's start off with the raid. Go ahead, don't show support, hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys, over there. Thank you. Let me see if this works. Okay, it did work. So okay, guys, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Stocks Talk. Okay, so thank you guys for showing support. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate it, guys.
Trying to get over, I got stuck on a fucking rock.